What's going on, guys, and welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where every single week I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network. It's been a crazy weekend talking all things from WWE 24, WWE Chronicle, and Total Bellas. Today we wrap up the long weekend of Network and Chill episodes with my review of the Edge and Christian Show, Season 2, Episode 7, that aired last week after Raw. I know today's Monday, and there's a new episode airing tonight, if I'm not mistaken, on the network. So I'm going to be reviewing last week's episode first here on Network and Show before I talk about this week's. And if that review doesn't go up tomorrow, which it probably won't, it might not go up until like Friday. But stay tuned for that. It will be coming at some point in the next few days. But this edition, Season 2, Episode 7, is entitled May the Push Be With You. And I love this episode a lot. It's no different than any other edition of the Edge and Christian Show. They're all entertaining, but this one in particular I thought was great. I'm sorry, I think it's episode 8. Did I say episode 7? I think I said episode 7 a few times, but yeah, we've had Weekend at Vinny's, Hey You Guys, The Heartbreak Kinder, Street Outta Greenwich, Kayfabe, Bang Bang, Game of Jabrones, and now May the Push Be With You. So yeah, this is episode 8. I don't know why I kept on saying episode 7, I apologize. Oh yeah, episode 9 coming up pretty soon. Anyway, so to kick off the episode, we have Edge and Christian interrogating Dolph Ziggler. Why, you ask? Well, to ask him where the push went. Where'd the fuck your push go, dude? What about that? You know, Christian jokes like, oh, well, you walked out before you could do the J.O.B. to Brock Lesnar. And he goes, that was Stone Cold Steve Austin. He talked all about it on his podcast. I thought that was funny. And he goes, yeah, I lost my push, and I don't know where it's gone. And they show clips of, like, Ziggler winning the World Heavyweight Championship back in 2013. I thought that was awesome. So that kind of sets the tone for the remainder of this episode of the Edge and Christian Show. Then we have the E&C Employment Agency that pairs wrestlers with jobs that make sense. And we see various clips of Beth Phoenix, like, doing all these random jobs and not doing all that well at them. So Christian discovers, soon after, that he has the push. He has the push, which is basically the Force, but it's not the Force, it's the push. It's a play on Star Wars, of course. And they do the whole Star Wars monologue. You know, at the beginning of the Star Wars movies, they have, like, that long text, the crawl of the screen. They did the same thing here with the push and how Christian discovers he has the push. And they can't heal Edge's injury, but oh well, they're going to find out what they can do with it soon enough. Meanwhile, Tommy Dreamer hosts Trick or Treating, and he's not Tommy Dreamer, he's like an old version of himself. And these two kids come up dressed like Big Show and the Great Khali. And Tommy Dreamer goes, well, how do you not know about the time that Big Show and Khali had heat, brother? Back in Puerto Rico 10 years ago. And this is like a true story to an extent. Not all of it is true, but part of it is true. Big Show and Khali actually did have like this brief brawl backstage about 10 years ago. Mahal plays the Great Khali. Baron Corbin plays the Big Show. I guess this all came about after the Great Khali used one of Big Show's chops in the ring. So they fought about it backstage. And all hell broke loose. And one, fell on top of the other. And it was just a total anarchy. And they were like, and the kids go, oh, why is there junk, what is it, like, blurred out, sir? And Tommy Dreamer goes, well, everyone's junk is blurred out. So he pulls out his junk, and that's blurred too, and they're like, stranger danger, stranger danger. And the police show up, and he's like, oh, not again. It was funny. It's funnier if you watch it. Anyway, Christian jokes about getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by using the push to convince someone like, hey, Christian, you should be in the Hall of Fame. Tell me what, you know that scene from the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, and he's like, you have not seen the droids, or whatever the droids line is. They kind of mock that here by Christian saying, Christian belongs in the WWE Hall of Fame, which he does, by the way. Bayley is back once again hosting Tag Team Therapy, this time with the Usos, and they talk about how everyone mixes up the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, so she's like, why don't you get tattoos to specify which one is which? So they get tattoos, but they get the wrong tattoos. Jimmy gets a J tattoo, and Jay gets a Jimmy tattoo, so that doesn't make matters any better. Meanwhile, Edge and Christian back in the tent, Charlotte Flair reads them a bedtime story featuring her father, Ric Flair, and Dusty Rhodes before wooing them to sleep. Becky and Christian offer Edge medication to get rid of belly fat and hair pigmentation, which has side effects of causing cancer and ankle tumors. And that kills Christian, and Edge buys the product because it kills Christian, and Becky and him celebrate. Christian then using the push bullies an intern at WWE headquarters, which is very entertaining. References Duke Droese and like a throw up, yeah, you know you want to puke, and that whole shit from Beyond the Mat, which I thought was hilarious. The Chump Stain Challenge returns. Edge is in the lead with 4. Christian is trailing behind with 2, and we had 1 tie a few episodes ago. So in this episode, they must guess what Tommy Dreamer's answers are to the questions asked to see how well they know Tommy Dreamer and how well Tommy Dreamer knows them. So I guess there were a few different things here. Christian bugged Tommy Dreamer about being the last ECW champion. They asked Dreamer, like, oh, if you got a divorce from Edge or Christian, like, what's the first thing that you would take? And clearly, Christian knows Tommy Dreamer a lot better than Edge does, because Christian gets, like, every answer right, so therefore he wins the round. And then we close out the episode with Edge and Christian outside. Zack Ryder confronts them. And they try to push Zack Ryder, but it doesn't work. He can't push Zack Ryder because Zack Ryder is incapable of getting pushed. And then they joke about him getting a hair transplant, which I think was rumored a long time ago because Ryder had some hair problems or something like years ago. So that was weird that they would reference that. And then they cosplay Star Wars, and they do that to close out the episode. I think Edge is Darth Vader. I don't know who Christian is, but I remember Zack Ryder being like Princess Leia or something. It was so fucking weird. So weird that it's perfect for the show. And then we get this quick clip of Gallows and Anderson calling them nerds in typical Gallows and Anderson fashion. The first time I've seen them on TV in many months. But anyway, that does it for my review of Season 2, Episode 8 of The Edge and Christian Show, entitled May the Push Be With You. As a Star Wars fan, as an Edge and Christian fan, I thought this was a great episode. The whole push thing was entertaining. The other skits were entertaining. I liked this episode a lot. I watched this at lunch at my school the other day, and I tried not to look embarrassing because I was like laughing out loud at a lot of the stuff they did. So be careful where you watch the show. Sometimes it's always suitable for work. I mean, most of the time. But it was just really funny because I'm trying not to laugh as these guys were just fucking killing me on the inside with all their jokes and shit. But yeah, this was a very enjoyable edition of the Edge and Christian Show. Episode 9 is on its way. It may very well be airing tonight after Raw on the WWE Network, and if so, you can check out my review of it either tomorrow here on the channel on Tuesday, but I might just wait until Friday because we've had a lot of new networking shows over the past 4 days, which, again, if you haven't already checked it out, please do so. Friday, I reviewed WWE Chronicle with Paige. Saturday, I reviewed Season 4, Episode 3 of Total Bellas. Sunday, I reviewed WWE 24 WrestleMania New Orleans, and today obviously we talked about the Edge and Christian Show. So no new networking shows until Friday at the earliest. I decree that now. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back next time with an all-new review of the Edge and Christian Show. Probably first a new Total Bellas review. Oh no, wait, there's no new Total Bellas this week. I forgot about that because of the Super Bowl last night. So no Total Bellas review this week. My next new Edge and Christian Show review will be up on Friday, very likely. So stay tuned for that. Till then, guys, I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.